I know that running multiple batteries is nothing special, especially for car audio and big subwoofers, but we don't run an alternator, so we need two batteries, and I had two Optimas laying around, so we run them. Right here is your shutoff switch, and that could be turned on and off right there. You can't leave it on because there's a power draw from various things, even when everything's turned off. That solenoid right there for the shifter will draw power, and it'll get really hot and drain your battery. Alright, we have a digital or 7AL3 MSD, and that's the coil. It'll probably jump 2 inches if you pull that coil wire off. It's a pretty powerful spark. It's not the best in the nation, but it's up there. The really big ones are the magnetos. As said before, that's the solenoid for the shifter. If you pull this shifter back, it'll hold it right there. And when it reaches a certain RPM, this RPM switch right here, made by Dead and Bear, will release and shift you into your high gear, so you can be deadly consistent all the time. Alright, that's park. That should be reverse, neutral, high gear, and low gear. That's a quarter stick 2 shifter. Takes a little while to get through the gears. That's actually the trans brake right there, and when it's energized it pulls in like that, and it locks first gear and reverse. That's alright. If you want to push it. Alright. See, it's holding it in right there, and that's the shift. That's what would happen with the RPM switch. Anyways, back to the trans brake. This holds reverse and first gear at the same time, and it lets the torque converter build up power, torque, and then it releases reverse, and it takes off the line like a bat out of hell. There's RPM. Here is our electrical board. It's kind of tough to see at this angle, but you got a starter, ignition, fuel, cooling, and your lamps. To start this thing, you gotta switch the battery switch in the rear. You turn the ignition on, which will turn on MSD. You turn on your cooling, and you turn on your lamps, so you can see your gauges and your taillights work. And then you just kick over the starter, and it'll prime, and you romp the pedal and it'll fire. Sometimes you got to prime it with carburetor cleaner or ether or something to get it started, but usually it starts right up. Also on the electronics is a delayer, or a delay box, and you use this to dial in whatever delay you want. It's pretty consistent. That's a nitrous box over there. I don't use that, so I don't have to worry about it. And I guess that's pretty much all of the boring electrical stuff.